Hey guys, today's January 8th and it's our 8th day of reading. Today's passages were pretty short. I got through it in just a few minutes, but it gave me time to really reflect on it today. So I'm going to let Jonathan give just a short introduction of what all happened.
All right, hold on to your hats. Here we go. So, as you remember before, Sarah had just recently died and Abraham had buried her. Well, today we find out that he takes a new wife. Guess what? She ends up having 6 sons for him. So Abraham continues to be fruitful and multiply. So after that, he decided he was going to dispense his wealth. He left everything, or almost everything, to Isaac. Now, to all of his other sons, he did leave them some gifts. We don't have the details of what, but he left them something. Then, at the ripe old age of 175 years old, after he'd lived a long and full life, and as we said, multiplied plenty, he took his last breath. So his sons, Isaac and Ishmael, came together, and guess where they buried him?
Where Sarah was buried.
Yes, so that cave that he had bought in our previous chapters, that's exactly where they took him, and they buried Abraham right with Sarah. Now, the next thing is that Abraham, obviously, had gone on, and so now we've got Isaac, who is the head of everything. So Isaac had married Rebekah, just like we had talked about before, but they had not had a baby either. So guess what Isaac does?
He prays, pleads.
Yes, he goes and talks to God about this. Says, hey, can you help me out? So then what happens?
God answers and Rebekah becomes pregnant.
She gets pregnant with not just one son, but 2. So they're jostling around in her, and she's like, what in the world is going on? So she goes to ask the Lord, what is going on here? So he comes back and he tells her, you got 2 different nations that are in there, and they are rumbling around in your womb, and one of them's going to be stronger than the other, and the older will end up serving the younger one. Well, then the boys are born. First one comes out, the oldest one that we were just talking about, that's Esau. Apparently he was a hairy little baby. And then right on the heels of Esau was literally Jacob. And that's what happened today.
Yeah, I just found it very interesting. It said Rebekah became pregnant with twins, and this is in Genesis 25. It says, but the 2 children struggled with each other in her womb. So she went to ask the Lord about it. Why is this happening to me? She asked. And the Lord told her, the sons in your womb will become 2 nations. From the very beginning, the 2 nations will be rivals. One nation will be stronger than the other, and your older son will serve your younger son. And I know in our home we have 4 children, and there is an importance put on the hierarchy of their birth order. Even this past week, I asked our 2 older children which of their sisters should I take skiing first to teach them how to ski, and they said, you have to take Riley, she's the older sister. I said, well, the younger sister has a little bit more tenacity and wanting to test waters of doing things like that, where Riley's a little more timid. And they said, no, Mom, it doesn't work that way. You have to take the older sister first. So I thought that was very interesting, and the fact that Rebekah was struggling, she saw that the boys were struggling, and she went right to the Lord and asked him. And I love that. I love that we can go right to the Lord and ask him anything. And, you know, he talks to us. He answers us. We just have to get quiet and listen. But that was my takeaway for today. It was very short.
All right. Well, we want to hear from you guys. So anything that you find to be particularly interesting, anything that gets revealed to you as a part of this reading that we're doing together, make sure you put it in the comments. Share that with us so that we can see what's happening in your lives.
All right. Sounds good. We enjoy doing this with you guys, and we're going to keep walking this path. Thank you.